Yeah, you know, I want all the Zergs we possibly can get into the finals, but this player, the Terran player, he's got all the patches in his favor. He's got the maps in his favor. We'll see what is going to go down here. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, playing for Storm Gaming. It is the Zerg player, Namshar.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Canadian Terran player representing himself and Clan Gumilo. It is the Riddler.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Gumilo. Come on, guys. That's funny.
Oh, God. All right.
What's the picture? What is that little picture there?
That is a photo of a villa.
Ah.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very
Never
interesting.
heard of the guy.
Yeah. We don't talk about that.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah, we can ignore that photo. It's fine.
I really like the Riddler too. But anyways, anywho, we do have the hatch first into the pool and gas first before the pool. So basic, simple opener. I'm liking the positioning of the overlords here, opting to go for a scout, and probably knowing the Riddler's quite cheeky, maybe even getting proxied in game one, not even going for that scout.
Yeah.
Into the natural.
Exactly. We didn't really get to see what happened in game one, whether there was a proxy or not, which may have triggered Namshar for sending his overlords all around the sides of the map to like scout.
Yeah. And also, I don't mind this. It's kind of easy to scout with your first couple lings anyways. And usually the Terrans nowadays, I believe, are just going for a quick Viking to get rid of any overlords. So if you do go for a scout, you're definitely going to lose it. I think he's going to try and go for lings. Maybe he'll get overlord speed. Maybe he'll just ignore what he's seeing and go for some sort of timing attack.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to go for, as at the moment the Reaper is trying to be annoying. You know, they're blocking the drone or even making a building. Wow.
Ooh, wow. You put that down quick.
Okay. With Riddler being a little bit cheeky, delaying the third for as long as he can.
The Riddler is pretty darn good. I'm so happy to see him doing this early game harass, but you know, it ain't the end of the world yet for Namshar. That starport is kind of hidden back there. I don't know what that little tale of something, maybe just a little nonsense trickery for no reason.
Yeah, that's a very interesting starport placement. We'll see if he decides to throw down a fusion core to add to this like trickery, if you will. Like there's definitely room behind the mineral line to hide some kind of tech, and again, because Namshar sent his overlords over to the sides of the map, like his scout could potentially be delayed. He does have an overlord here ready to go in, but there are marines to stop it.
Yeah, and he did opt for that overlord speed now, so he can make sure he gets the scout, because nothing would be worse than waiting all this time and still not getting a scout off if you send your overlord in this late. You really got to check something out by at least the 4-minute mark. And there you have it, folks.
Oh boy. And personally, I hate this. As a Zerg player.
Me too. But it's going to get scouted in 8 seconds here, so that's this all comes down to the scouting. If you can scout it, you can defend it very easily.
Yeah.
Put down spores, get extra queens, get the layer out, get the drone up extra because you're going to lose a couple, and defend very, very easily, or fairly easily. We'll see. This is going to be the true test of Namshar versus the Riddler here.
Exactly, because Namshar, as you're pointing out, he did get that numericized carapace, got that overlord speed, dives in, sees the fusion core. He knows what the Riddler is going to be going for.
Oh god, he does have a lot of Hellions here. I didn't notice, and late tech from Namshar. You really gotta wait to see that, but he did go for the Roach Horn and oh my god, wow, that's genius.
Oh my god.
A cheeky addition here.
Yeah. So okay, so first he has to be a little bit careful with these Hellions, right? He has to keep all of them alive so he can turn them all into Hellbats for the follow-up push. And to me, this looks like normally you send in the BC to harass, but it looks like we've seen this a little bit where the Hellbats and the BC push together, and they just like go into the third.
Yeah, I don't know who did it recently, but I have definitely seen this build actually on this map a lot recently, with the BC and the Hellions together, usually attacking the third or going straight for the natural. If he's gonna walk it across, I assume he's going to cancel that third base. I don't think this would be an all-in push, but great hiding there by the Riddler. I don't think Namshar even went in for a second scout quite yet. But yeah, this is gonna get rough here. The Hellions can definitely target fire down the Queens.
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot of Queens though, and there's a lot of energy for Transfuse.
He also got a good amount of roaches out already. Like 5 or 6 roaches is all you need to hold back all these Hellions. And yeah, they're gonna take out all the Hellbats. Not too much damage here, unless these drones get caught out, which they do not. Perfect defense just about here from Namshar.
Yeah, even though Namshar, he never scouted the armory, he was perfectly fine. He had plenty of Queens, he had a handful of roaches, and that's all he needed. Yeah,
luckily he responded how he did. I think he saw the Hellions coming up and clearing the creep, and he knew he needed a couple roaches to defend from that before the BC came in. And now he's going for the key to success here. You just get a bunch of roaches, get out, I think it's like 6 corruptors per BC that you see, and then just throw a whole bunch of roaches in and move out across the map.
Yeah, and I imagine he went roaches because if game 1 is any indication to how this game is going, I'm sure the Riddler went mech, and roaches are kind of, what you want against that, as we do see more factories being thrown down.
Oh, man. Oh, he's going for tanks, so he's going for the turtle mech. I was hoping he'd go for some, what are those little
Cyclones?
Tanky things? There you go, those things. Oh, no, you don't want to lose the BC. Oh! Gosh, talk about cutting it close. That thing made it home with a mere 5 hit points.
Jesus Christ. All right, so the BC stays alive. He has 2 of them, but as you were saying, we have 7 corruptors on the way, so they're going to be able to handle at least one of those BCs quite well, quite easily. There are 2 though, and yeah, we'll see where things go from here. I'm glad the
Riddler's expanding fast right now. He just secured his 3rd and already is getting his 4th up.
Yeah, I'm surprised because he had just lifted up over his 3rd base, but he already has a 4th. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right there by his armory. He needs to pay attention though. You don't want to start losing all these for free. Same for Namshar. They're both kind of trading out free units here.
Yeah, there's nothing really to stop the BCs. There are a couple of Queens, but
you got the full Queen.
Yeah.
These corruptors have been here for a while. I don't know why he didn't pounce on this earlier.
Corruptors,
a little like miss hot Q or something, but I do like this play here. This is the answer. Get one of the BCs. Did they already blink into this fight?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Like both of them get taken out. One of the BCs it just teleported as well.
That was such a good idea here by Namshar. Or, I'm sorry, by the Riddler. Excuse me, but man, it just didn't work out. That was so cool. He had the BCs hidden, the armory hidden. I guess the BCs were scouted kind of early on. I would have preferred him go for 1 BC. They can't heal it because it's on the... that's so much energy.
Oh,
he does have a 4th base already, so it's not the end of the world, but he needs to get his army up.
Yeah, definitely. Like, to be fair, like, he can main on his workers over because he isn't fully saturated on all his bases, and he's trying to get into the mineral line. Gets a decent amount of worker kills.
Yeah, a bunch of workers, and he got a couple lings there with a bunch of quite injured lings there. Oh my god, what are you doing? Rip F's.
Oh god.
There's so much going on. They're all over the place on this map. It's pretty good. The creep spread is absolutely ridiculous. Why would he lift that? He lifted it away from flying units. That's interesting call there, but I guess it worked. He did save it.
Yeah, he did save it, and I was waiting for it. We do finally have some Thors coming out. That's going to help so much against the Corruptors. It's a shame that it's a little bit too late, right? He didn't have them for the first wave of Corruptors that killed all the BCs.
And also, he doesn't really need the Thors to kill the Corruptors because there's no more BCs, so Corruptors can't kill anything.
Well, they can target the buildings, though. That's the dangerous part.
That's the only thing. That's unfortunate. You got to make a whole bunch of Thors and have them in between your two bases.
Yeah.
You could have a medevac somewhere near these so we can pick him up and drop him if he knows what's good for him.
Yeah, it can always be like scary to do that, right? Because if you ever like slip up and you lose that medevac with the Thor in it, it's like
come on, man. This is the Riddler. This is Maru's understudy. All right, I'm liking the army here from Namshar.
Yeah,
I think he's just gonna smash head on as long as there's not any really big Widow Mine connects here, which there shouldn't be. He should be in a good position.
There shouldn't be in a couple of seconds. +1 melee is going to finish up. Then he's going to be pushing in. He's maxed out with his army.
Oh no! Widow Mine! Oh my gosh, those Banelings really didn't do any damage at all. Probably the worst possible fight Namshar could take, but it's still going to be a decent trade here. And Namshar can retreat and just keep making more and more units here. His creep has reached every other base here on the map besides the ones that the Riddler is currently occupying.
Oh my, yeah, the creep spread is insane. Namshar has to be careful when it comes to his army though, because if he just keeps making Ling Bane like Roach Ravager, he's just gonna keep hitting this like mech wall and just trade inefficiently until Riddler maxes out. But he's working
That's kind of the
it.
idea though.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you beat mech. Just smash head on into it over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, he is getting an infestation bit, so he should be getting his hive soon, and like things like Vipers are going to help so much. But until then, he's just going to be like, you know, running the Zerg swarm into the wall.
The Riddler's trying to move out right outside of his natural, but he's got to clear a whole lot of creep before he can do that. The Queens are even up here in the fight. That is actually hilarious. At the same time, a run by up in the north, no defense whatsoever, no sensor towers, no tanks, no bunkers, no SimCity.
Oh no, the armory.
Armory F rip. He's not even trying to go defend it. He's just abandoned ship over there. Queen's over here fighting the Vikings. Corruptors going in for the caustic spray.
Oh god, yeah, he forces a lift off. It's gonna take so long for the Thors. They're just like they're derping around trying to get past everyone.
Yeah, that's why you need the medevac. And yeah, Namshar is looking pretty dominant in this game. I'm hoping the Riddler can pull something off in the next game.
Yeah, I mean, the Ling Bane Roach Ravager's trying to push on forward, trying to break the wall, and it doesn't. But again, the Corruptors are actually dealing damage here in the main, and even though the Riddler's holding, like, the creep, it's gonna cover everything.
The nail in the coffin here is the creep spread, which is not allowing him to get a base, and Namshar is sitting happily on 90 workers, maxed out with a pretty thick bank.
Oh, yeah.
And with that bank, he can trade inefficiently because he's sitting on, I want to say 6 bases, 7 bases up to 4. Well, really 3 base economy.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of 3 base. It's like 2.5.
Income is double for Namshar right now. 3,700 versus 1,800. Gas income is 1,200 versus 650 for the Riddler. And that's kind of the name of the game when you play against a mecher. You just bleed them out slowly. Do not let them take another base. And this is the beginning of the end here, I think, for game number 2, Namshar versus the Riddler, tying it up. I bet Namshar is a little tilted here, so he's extra angry in this fight.
Yep, exactly. As you know, the majority of the tanks are going to be going down. Like, oh god, the Riddler, he doesn't really have too much here to defend. He has a handful of Thors, but like eventually we're going to reach the point where the creep is literally in the natural. It's just, it's ugh.
I mean, he doesn't really need any transfuses at this point, so yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him make some queens or bring whatever queens he has left up. He is just now barely spreading the creep up towards that that base over there in the
Yeah.
west. Yeah, that creep right there. He just did a round of creep, and this base is secured with the planetary, and it easily is taken out.
I feel like the BM move would be if he like brings all his overlords over and just like spreads creep like with the
Oh my
overlords
god, that'd be
everywhere.
hilarious. I'd love that. I would prefer him to take those bases, so that way the Terran Riddler would have to kill the base and then wait for the creep to go away and kill the larva. That's always a fun BM. TLO, just an update coming straight from Creighton as he was casting TLO versus Chelsea fan. TLO does win 2-0 as expected and continues on into the bracket. As we're going to get into game 3 here.
Yeah. Should be getting into game 3.
And yeah, Namshar. Where's he claiming he's from? Canada now?
Where does he claim he's from?
Yeah.
He does reside in the land of Canada.
This is the Swedish player, Namshar, representing Canada here. I want to hear him recite the entire Canadian anthem.
Could you recite the American anthem?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah, easy.
I couldn't do the same for the Australian one. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, the Mexico anthem, I don't know. I know some of it, but I know the instruments. I know what it sounds like.
Oh.
Couldn't recite it from memory, though. But speaking of anthems, is it the same old anthem of the Zerg winning here? Or is this the Riddler year? The year of the Riddler. The year of the Terrans here. But here we are, spawning on Death Aura LE in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. We have the Swedish-Canadian Psystorm gaming player. He's the Red Zerg. He is Namshar.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Canadian Terran player, the Blue Terran. He is the Riddler.
I really do enjoy the new swoosh.
The swoosh?
Yeah, the duck swoosh. It's a good time. Like, I don't even really look at my phone that much because I have the stream up on my phone and I just see the swoosh. It's very eye-catching.
So, I don't know if you've noticed, but we have two different ones. We have the swoosh and then we have the swish.
Ooh. What's different?
They look completely different. One of them's like a splash, and then the other one's like a wave, if you will.
I like the wave one. The wave is my favorite. I don't know if I've seen the splash yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have actually. The splash comes in. And yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're actually both cool. I like both of them. And speaking of liking both of them, I do not like the placement of both of these overlords. It's just so random. You're hoping to find something.
Yeah, it's interesting because he still went for a hatch first, so it's like a greedy opening, but kind of safe at the same time because of the overlords. Yeah. I mean, he's trying to find proxies. He's trying to make sure that Riddler's not doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels very what's the word? Very
scary. Very scared.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
nervous here.
Yeah. Like it feels like Namshar has some trauma.
Yeah, a little bit of troll trauma from the Riddler, maybe. The Riddler is known to be kind of crazy in his builds, as you guys saw the BC build there, and it's a little unfortunate as the Riddler having to meet up Namshar this early in the tournament.
Yeah, it's rough for anyone to meet like Namshar or TLO incredibly early.
Yeah. I guess it's just unfortunate to meet them anywhere in the bracket, early, late.
Yeah.
It's rough, but so we're having here from the Riddler double Marine production, no Reaper on the way, and straight into factory. making his own. What is that called? His own reactor on there. Factory reactory.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've seen this before, or at least I've seen this before, where you skip the Reaper and you go into like mass marine production. This doesn't indicate bioplay. It means that you can go for a faster drop, deal damage, but behind this you're actually still going for mech.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're going for BCs behind it.
Oh, maybe.
Which this map has a large dead space in the back of the natural and whatever that is. Natural and main, there you go.
Yeah.
I know StarCraft, I swear, guys. I'm hip to the new terms.
It's pretty big, and here we go. We have all these Marines, we have 2 medevacs on the way, and Widow Mines. We're gonna see like a pretty big drop coming out.
Yeah. I like this, but what is the follow-up from here? Is he gonna expand? Are we gonna see a explosion of barracks? Maybe some Hellions behind this? That would be cool if he keeps a medevac alive and goes for some Hellion drops.
Oh, Namshar, he scouts it.
He does. I love that Namshar always gets the pneumatized carapace.
Yeah, he
Which means shell full of air, in case anybody was wondering.
Yeah, we know our terms.
We know. Yeah. I'm like, what terms don't I know? A lot.
Yeah, we don't talk about those ones. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't talk about those.
All right, here comes the job. We got the Marines. We should have the Widow Mine in among this as well. No, okay, looks like the Widow Mine stayed at home instead. Oh no, it's there. There it is. Blind.
Widow Mines are pretty. Just throwing one Widow Mine in here. That's so random, but very smart, I believe. That can do a lot of damage if the Queens walk on it. He doesn't want to lose too much. He's got 1 Marine, I believe, lost here. Took out 2 workers. Didn't make it into the main. Okay, that wasn't too bad of a hit. Only hit 1 Queen.
Okay, and here we go. The Overlord is still alive. So with this Overlord, he actually spots the armory, and with that armory spot, he should realize, okay, like it is mech after this. Like there's no additional racks. There's no tech lab on the racks for stim or anything like that.
Yeah, not even an NG bay going down at all. There goes another factory, another base. So he's going for, I would assume, some sort of turtle mech here again. That's not bad though. He came out with the what is that, like a 16 drop? It was, some died. Yeah. Well, I guess it was like a 14 and a Widow Mine drop.
Yeah, the Widow Mine did go in there as well. And what's interesting is that like he's gonna be going in with Hellions, probably to meet up with his drop, attack together, and like all those Hellions are gonna be able to turn into Hellbats. Yeah,
and unfortunately, I feel like Namshar is not reacting to this. He just made 10 drones. And he's losing some to a Liberator in the 3rd.
Yeah, the Liberators, they are here. Drones are going down. He is morphing in Banelings, which are nice. Baneling speed shouldn't be done for this engagement, though.
Yeah, it's not going to be done for a while. When he sees this army, as he does right now because it's on creep, he's going to be panicking, making 12 more Lings. You know, I've seen this a lot, and the only one I've seen do such a good job at holding this is Cyril. And what he seems to do is completely avoid the Hellbats and go straight for the Marines with the Banelings. You know, let's see how the micro is of Namshar here. The Riddler playing it safe though, not committing. I feel like this is an army you want to commit with.
Yeah, right. I'm very surprised at how like tentative he's being with his army, and because Namshar is buying so much time, like Baneling speed, it's going to finish up soon.
Yeah, 14 seconds here. He's going for a surround. Is he going to pick up? Okay, that wasn't bad. He wasted all of the Banelings he had there. I think just on the Hellbats.
Yeah, the majority of the Marines stayed alive. They're still here. They are still stimulus, but you know, he is threatening with them. He has to be careful. The medevacs are getting a little bit low. Doesn't want to get sniped by the Queens.
Yeah, this is a very juke and jive play here. He's really just threatening with the 2 medevacs, keeping a lot of Lings at home. A medevac and a half full of energy is not something you take lightly.
Yeah.
He sees him dropping. He's got to come back with his Lings now. And if he doesn't, then there's an opening for the Riddler. That's really all he's doing, is looking for an opening, keeping him on his toes. This is the hardest part about the TVZ, is trying to keep your army split up to get rid of this bio drop.
Oh god, the medevacs!
Oh, 1 went down. Luckily it went down before being able to pick up too much army. But the mech is going down to the southwest. Yeah, it's southwest. I know directions.
We know our directions. I like how
You know all kinds of stuff.
yeah, the Riddler, he's going for a little bit of a different army composition. Like he's already got a Thor, he's already got plenty of Liberators as well.
Yeah, I wonder what the Thor's for.
Yeah. Like maybe preemptively in case Namshar went for Spire, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh god, but Namshar's being really greedy, double expanding.
Straight into the hive tech. I bet he's gonna go lurkers.
Oh, he definitely could. He could go straight into lurkers. Scans, misses all the tech.
Ah, yes. Where's the lurker? Not the lurker den. I'm sorry. The infestation pit.
The infestation pit is here in the natural.
Ooh, in the natural.
He's all over the place. Like the hive is morphing at the third base as well.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that. He got his lair at the third base.
Yeah.
This base is going to be killed here. He's being very greedy trying to get that. Oh, the 1-2 punch as he's going there. Down in the south, he's getting that base with the blue flame Hellions. There's a couple of units here. Good splits. Loses 5 drones. No biggie. No biggie. Not the end of the world. I don't know if it was smart to bring all the queens over here, though.
Yeah, the queens are a little bit exposed, and as all this was happening, the Riddler has been, oh my god, this is such an interesting composition. He has so many Liberators with his army. I don't know if that's a good thing. Yeah. Like, Liberators are good against, like Ultras and, like, you know, single target. Against Ling Bane, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's pretty much what you want against the mech. You want the roaches, you want the hive tech. He's going for the spire, so I don't know what he's gonna do there. Is he gonna try and go for mutas?
I mean, he's already got the hive. He could just go straight into Greater Spire.
Is that what you want? Broods right now, this quick?
Yes, he's going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, Corrupted Brood would be ideal against this. Like, what's gonna stop Corrupted Brood? A single Thor, right? Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't hate the Liberators here. Liberators are pretty good. In high numbers, they can do like, you know, a good amount of splash damage once you have a decent count against any air, and then they get to siege up.
Yeah, definitely. And we already have even more Thors being sprinkled in here. So the Riddler, he is maxed out. He's maxed out. He's on 4 bases. So is his opponent, but I do want to give the edge to the Riddler when it comes to his army, as long as it's sieged up in the right place. Yeah,
this is just not a very mobile army for the Riddler. And interesting here, Namshar is going for a Greater Spire and another Spire. So he's going to be going with the double upgrades out of the Spire. I don't know how these queens got up here. I think they were meant for creep spread. Where do they come from? Oh, from that right side. Yeah, Namshar's creep has been impeccable. I'd like to see the Riddler go for like a little, except in the front of his base. That's random. Or up, I guess that's high north. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the Riddler go for a couple of Hellion like creep clearing sessions.
Yeah, maybe even like
letting that creep get out of hand.
Yeah, like get a single Raven in your main army just to clear creep. But something that's
there at the front door.
Yeah, it's there. We have Namshar aggressively expanding, taking some of the bases on the Riddler's side of the map as well. And I'm a little bit concerned because Namshar, he's going for that, you know, the old school late game army, Broodlords and Infestors.
Yeah, this is like the ultimate timing attack from the Riddler. He hasn't been aggressive really at all except for the beginning. And his plan here is he's going to be 100% all in with one big army. And he's got to destroy Namshar's army and kill him before he can remax. Yeah, now, I don't know if he can do that because he's been maxed out for a while and he's not really trading efficiently here.
Exactly. That's what I mean, right? Like, you would think that as soon as the Riddler maxed out, he pushes out, right? But he's kind of been taking his time a little bit. And the longer things go on, like 12 Infestors are on the way. Like, it's...
Yeah, Namshar's maxed out and he has 99 workers, so... The advantage here is that the Riddler has more army. We just got to take a really good engagement for anything to go his way here. Now these Infestors don't have Neural Parasite yet.
Oh, they do not. They do have Burrow, and they do manage to escape. The Ravager Biles are okay, but it looks like this space to the right-hand side is under siege. Finally, the Riddler is going to be able to, like, maybe deal some damage.
Yeah, very interesting siege position here. I like the Riddler's positioning here. He's not committing all his tanks in one position. He's not, you know, stacking his units too much. He has a little Whittle Mine thrown in here and there.
It's a lot of infestors.
Oh my god, that's so much infestors. Oh, that's pretty much game-ending numbers of infestors there.
Yeah, they can just go in and just mind control all the Thors.
They can chain these Thors, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needed to waste all his banelings on that, but he's maxed out with the fattest bank ever, and you know, it's unfortunate. I was hoping we were gonna see the Riddler like pave his way into stardom here. But it looks like Namshar's got a solid game here, and he's going to take the W.
Yeah, unless something happens and he loses all of his infestors, and he's losing a decent chunk of them to the AoE from the tanks.
Yeah.
Only 2 left, 1 left. Like, they're all dying.
Yeah, but with this sort of bank, I think he can remax pretty easy. 18 roaches, 18 lings. I'm sure we'll see some more infestors on the way here. He doesn't even really need this base because he's expanded everywhere else on the map. He's even taken the opposing side, rich Vespian geysers, so... He took both bases, and now he's reinforcing that one on the other side of the map. So he's pretty much solidified his win here. Riddler really has to catch him off guard for things to go right.
Yeah, there we go. The last infestor did die. 3 are on the way, and at the moment, Namshar, a lot of like his units are in production. He doesn't have everything here, so I still don't really favor this Roach Ravager-based army. I think there's an opportunity for the Riddler to take this base, secure his expansion, and like, you know, he's close to remaxing again. Like, I still favor this Terran meching army as long as it's all together. Like, oh, like he's using so much Roach Ravager almost for free.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of money and he can remax way faster than the Riddler can, so I think it's a good idea. He eventually cleaned up the majority of the tanks, and now I think with this this Ravager army getting destroyed, I think he needs to switch into some Broodlords.
Right, we had like the Greatest Fire finish like
double Spire came out from him, and he's upgrading like... double upgrades right now. He's getting +2 carapace, +2 flyer weapons, and not a single brood. I think he's waiting for all 3 upgrades to finish before he pops out the broods.
Yeah, this finished like 5+ minutes ago. He was getting ready for it, and we haven't seen it yet. I feel like if we do see it, that's got to be like the game ending like move.
Yeah, I guess that's the plan here, to draw out as much different type of army as he can. He's like, look, I'm just going Ravager Ling Bane, no air here, and then he can make a fat transition here with all the tech, not tech, but with all the income he has. He's still sitting on almost 90 workers, and he has, I'm gonna do a quick count, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 bases in total for Namshar versus the 5 of the Riddler.
Yeah, I mean, the Riddler is going to try and expand and take this base over to the left-hand side, but the Namshar is on top of it. He's going to be protecting it. And, okay, his main army is a little bit out of position, so the Riddler finds an opportunity to push in. He's close to maxing out again. We're just, you know, keeping an eye out for that big, like, Corruptor Broodlord switch.
Yeah, every worker that's killed here is also more army added into Namshar's army here. Namshar's still just going Roach Ravager, getting all +3 upgrades here. He's going to be completely upgraded out. He's got a couple of infestors here. Is the scan going to go down? Do they see it? Do they have the Terran eyes, or the Zerg eyes that the Terran needs to have to spot that? And he's going to not get a good engagement. There's a lot of tanks stacked on that right-hand side.
That's what I mean. 17 drones go down, a hatchery goes down, a big chunk of supply. Namshar keeps trading inefficiently for the past couple of fights. Like, at the beginning it's fine, and it's still kind of fine, but at a certain point his bank is running out.
Yeah. Well, I think right here is, now that he hasn't transitioned into Broodlords, I'm very worried.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he could lose this base here.
Oh yeah, that's
fine. But that's it. He can't, I mean, he can afford to lose his natural 3rd base beyond this base, that one right there, yeah. But once he loses that, that means that the Terran is real close to his production, and that's not something you want. He's gonna get caught trying to go. He's trying to pull the Riddler back home.
Ooh, the
I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah, the infestors are a little bit exposed, but the Thors are as well. 2 Thors get taken out.
That was a good draw out of the Thors there. Even saving the Banelings, he does pull them back. And man, those Broodlords would be great any day now.
They would be great.
Maybe even some Vipers.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. I think I would have liked Vipers instead of Infestors, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest though, infestors do work better here because a couple Thors can just outrange them.
They can. I think the problem is that the infestors, they keep going in and then they just absolutely die to the tanks. To be fair, the tanks are all on siege.
Oh, I love that. Fungal growth on the unsieged tank, allowing the roaches to get in range and corrosive bile down half of them, weakening another half of them. And that was a great play there by Namshar, catching the Riddler off guard. Great corrosive biles here.
Oh yeah. The biles landed on almost all the Liberators, taking them down. But the Riddler, he's pushing on forward. He's trying to get into that third base position that we were talking about. Again, nothing but Lingbane, Road Ravager. 2 infestors remain. They have a decent amount of energy.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize this, but the Riddler is making 5 tanks at a single time. He just finished 1 tank, and now the other 4 are slowly coming. But yes, over 5 factories back at home. He's taking really good engagements here. This might be the throw of a century from Namshar.
Yeah, again, he just refused to switch.
Oh, there we go. 11 Brewlords. Oh my God, thank you. Even has the tanky Ultralisk Cavern. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that gets me, guys. Got the Ultralisk. Got 2 Ultras in here. That would wreck.
Exactly. Like, he's been so stubborn to switch, and I like how we both noticed the Broodlords at the same time, morphing in, and I mean that's gotta be the way that Namshar retains his like himself here. Like, he's not gonna throw it with
target fire down the Thors.
Yeah, there's only 2 Thors.
Yeah, target fire. There we go. The rest of the Broodlords are coming into play, and I think with that we'll see the end here for the Riddler. I really hope he comes back to the next qualifier, though, for sure.
You say that. We got 5 Thors in production on the way, and Broodlords, they're slow. It's gonna take Namshar a little bit of time to push across the map. Enough time, maybe, for those 5 Thors to finish up. Are the 5 Thors gonna be enough? Maybe
Tanks
like
can't really ever siege, though. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna close the gap with the Lings that are coming out right now.
The thing is, there's no Corruptors. There's 1 Corruptor, so these like
oh my God,
the Vikings and the Liberators, they can deal some damage.
Yeah, he didn't think about that one. He probably should have switched into like Hydra Lurker. Broodlord here.
Well, he just needed more Corruptors mixed in. The problem is that he turned every single Corruptor into a Broodlord, and now he only has 1
He's
left.
just about maxed out. But he does have the Queens here. That could be a saving grace.
He's got to transfuse that 1 Corruptor as much as he can. Just keep him alive.
Yeah, I feel like this was his idea the whole time. Let the Riddler get deep in on my creep, and then I transition into Broodlords. But I think he had to kill more army there with the transition. Because now the transition is slowly trying to come up to his base, and now given Namshar still has good mining, still has a bunch of bases, he can lose this army and maybe go back and maybe transition into Viper, Infestor again.
Yeah.
Viper Roach, something.
I mean,
but I think this is gonna work.
Yeah, Namshar, he's slowly pushing forward. It looks like all the Vikings are gonna fall.
Corrupted Brood, man. GG. You got enough Corruptors in there, they can tank a lot of shots from the Thors, allowing your ground army to close the gap. And what a game. That was actually a really good one. We took it all the way to, I guess that would be considered the ace match. Game 3, Riddler does not continue on. Namshar taking it 2-1. GG. Now we can look at the updated bracket here. See what we got going on this bracket here.